Hi everyone, here is the big money game on this is round 5 of the Heywood Congress where both sides have to win. I was white against someone called John Ryan of Denton, so quite a local club, and they used his old grade of 132, which was from 1998. His grade for this year I think has come out to about 125, so this is a tough game seeing as I was 114 at the time. I am now of course 141, so we've swap the digits around, the 1 and the 4 round. He'd lost his first game to someone the same grade as me, but in round 4 on the board next to me, while I was playing Rob Amos, he absolutely completely hacked some 130 plus to shreds via a bishop sack. So I knew this would be tough. And after d4, knight f6, I was expecting him to hack me up with the King's Indian defence or the Grunfeld, but instead he goes e6, and after knight c3, provoking an Nimzo Indian with bishop b4, because I'd like to see this beautiful opening at some point in this tournament, seeing as everyone was playing e4 against me. Instead he goes d5 and ruins all the fun, transposed it into a Queen's Gambit declined. And by the way, if he had have done the Nimzo, I would not have gone f3. Bishop g5, bishop e7, knight f3, castles, all fairy. Now black takes on c4, now my bishop has moved, so I have to lose a move. I never thought that black's probably equalised this position, or maybe I'm slightly better, but it's not easy to make progress because black's very solid. So I decided to imbalance the position, seeing as we both had to win, and played the dubious bishop takes f6, question mark, exclamation mark, giving up the bishop pair, when it's easier for black to freeze bad bishop with e5, as we are going to see very soon. Knight e5 was to be prepared, preparing maybe queen f3. Bishop takes. I've highlighted in green the good pieces and in red the bad pieces, but black's light square bishop is going to be freed very soon and becomes a very powerful piece. Knight e4 is probably best here, but I play e4, which weakens f4 and allows black to activate the light square bishop, although I do get a very dangerous pass pawn in return, or potentially dangerous. He does knight takes c3, b takes c3 and e5. So he's grabbing some space in the centre, and he is also preparing bishop g4 with an annoying pin. I had two options here. I could have gone d takes e5, bishop takes e5, knight takes e5, queen takes e5. I've won the bishop pair back at the cost of some bad weaknesses like c3 and a2, but I can go queen d4 here with equality, because this is dislodging black's centralised queen, and if white takes the queens off, then I get two strong centre pawns. So d5. So the idea is I'm going to get this passed pawn supported by the queen. C takes d5, e takes d5, bishop g4, and now I've got this strong, potentially strong pawn, but it's also potentially a weakness due to potential pins on the d file, as we are going to see. h3, bishop f5, knight d2, getting out of the way of any potential e4s, preparing knight c4 and d6. Black, however, has got two raking bishops and can possibly maybe lay claims to a small advantage. But I start to get a very good position over the course of the next few moves, because e4 is probably best here. Now c3 is under fire and the position is quite good for black, but instead he goes queen c5, a bit nebulous. Knight c4, rook a d8, knight e3, bishop d7, bishop c2. If queen takes c3, by the way, we have bishop h7 check. Bishop g5. You see, he's doing all he can to gang up on this d5 pawn because he's worried of it. Rook b1. Bishop takes f3. Rook takes e3. And after bishop c6, exploiting the pin on the d file, I thought I was busted there for a second. The pawn's attacked 3 times and only defended once, and I can't play c4 because he'll just take it. However, there's two moves here. The one I played gives white an advantage, and the one which there's another move that saves the pawn but only gives equality. I played the advantage move with queen d3. If bishop e4 is also good. If bishop takes d5, there is rook d3. And now this pin causes black to lose material with bishop takes e4, rook takes d8, rook takes, queen takes, king h7. And now white is the exchange up for a pawn and should win. However, black doesn't have to take. But queen d3 is better, preparing or threatening queen h7 check, so the pawn is therefore immune. Because a queen h7, a queen h8 and queen takes g7 with a strong attack. So g6, which is a bad weakening move, and gives white an even bigger advantage. Now after c4, went through the game in post-mortem afterwards, and I thought here during the game, I thought b5 was absolutely crushing for black, undermining the support of the pawn. I thought I was lost here if he'd have played that, and in fact, I have a resource here. It looks really bad for white, but there's a resource that actually gives me an advantage over 3 pawns. And I'll give you 5 seconds to try and spot it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The thing is that black's queen and bishop are both... I can put black's queen and bishop both on 3 in one move. Remember, as we say in 3Cs, lose pieces, lose games. Queen a3, exclamation mark. Black's queen is forced to take because the bishop is hanging, because I've got rid of the pin, so after takes, rook takes. Now 2 of black's pawns are on 3 and the bishop, and after bishop d7 I can take on b5, but stronger still is c5, and these 2 connected passed pawns are going to win easily, plus the a7 pawn is going next move, and black's busted here. He plays b6, which gets the pawn out of potential capture, secures a square for the bishop and protects the queen. However, I could still play the queen a3 resource and it is still winning, because after queen takes a3, rook takes a3, bishop d7, so the bishop has to move. If bishop d7, by the way, this is even worse because if rook takes a7, and now the b6 pawn is going because the rook b8 is nonsense because of rook takes d7. So the bishop has to go to somewhere else, so bishop a8. After rook takes a7, rook b8. White is winning this because of the strong pressure by the rook. Black's pieces are passive and bishop a4 is coming. And the rook on b8 is tied down to b6 and the d pawn will win. So that was crushing as well. I missed it and played the weaker queen e2. And now we have a trade of prisoners in the end with bishop d7. Takes, bishop b3. Queen c5, preventing d6, queen f6, this is looking strong, and after rook e8, I thought here that d6 is winning on the spot, and in fact we both did. The point being is that I'm threatening bishop takes f7 check, queen takes f7 check, and queen takes g6 check because of the pin, and you can't defend against all of them at once. I thought this is game over. And I was very happy. The only move is queen f5. And after bishop takes f7 check, black has 2 possible king moves here. He can play king h7, or he can play king f8, allowing potential discoveries. Which one do you prefer? I will give you 15 seconds to decide. You should be able to come to a conclusion in that time. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The move played was king h7, triple question mark, which handed me £50, joint second place, and a 154 TPR in one move. Queen takes f5 resigns. Of course, I've highlighted the finish, pretty easy to see. It's just bishop takes f5, takes an e8, and black is losing a rook and a bishop, because if the rook's taken, the pawn will queen, otherwise d7, and will force bishop takes d7, and white is a bishop and a rook up and winning, so he threw in the towel, and handed me the money. But it was a good player anyway, and he ran me very close here. And he's a nice guy as well. King f8, however, leads to an endgame with chances for both sides after some complications. The only move for the thing is that the bishop discoveries don't work because the white queen is on pre. So queen takes f5, bishop takes f5. Now white's rook is on pre as well as black's. So after they both come off, d7, and now king e7 stops the pawn, a3 because the pawn was on pre, and now not bishop f5 because of g4. Bishop takes, and now bishop takes g6, and now white is going to be a pawn up with 3 against 1 on the king's side, so this will be a win. However, the move for black is simply g5. And now there is no way white can stop bishop f5 takes d7. And the king and pawn endgame evaluation is fine as for black, and will probably lead to a draw. If the bishops stay on, then we'll have an exciting game with chances for both sides, and chances to 50 quid for both sides. Black will have 2 against 1 on the queen's side. White will have 3 against 2 on the king's side. While black's rounding up the pawn, white should play king h2 to g3 and get the king active, because in the endgame, an active king is key. And I would recommend you maybe play along with this position against a friend or something, because it is very instructive endgame. And I can understand why my opponent missed king f8, because it looks like funny putting the king like in the firing line of the white queen, but it is perfectly fine. And king h7 just loses on the spot to this move. And it's a shame to win a tournament on a blunder, but I probably deserved it, because after that 13-move loss, I've won the last 4 games and recovered well. And then I got my money. This was a very good congress as well, going to Cheeky Chicken every day for dinner. I enjoyed it very much and cannot wait to go back again next year, and I hope many of you watching will go as well. Remember, 26th to 27th of June 2011. Sorry, 2012. But anyway, for now, I hope you enjoyed this game and my series on the Heywood Congress. I'm not sure what I'm doing next. I've got an over the board game tonight, so I'll probably do a video on that tomorrow. And Tim C is playing as well. It is Ashton versus Charlton 6, so we will expect to win. And for now, please leave any comments and thoughts, and thanks very much, and see you on YouTube. Bye for now.